Hey, what's up, guys? It's Oakley, and I'm going to be covering a couple things from CA that were released because I wasn't able to cover this because I was working on that documentary that you guys so very much enjoyed. So the first one is going to be from Instagram. So we're going to be basically diving into this, and what it is it's just kind of a reel of the different factions that show at the end of a turn. So here I'm showing it in normal speed. Obviously, they are showing a lot of factions here. I don't anticipate end turns to go that quickly, but anyways, let's slow it down just so we can get to see kind of what factions were shown in that quick succession. So here we start off with the main ones that we're used to, and then you start to see the breakdown of the various different provinces within the empire, and then we're also going to start to see various Karaks, all sorts of stuff. So it's really cool, keeping with the tradition of having each, there are basically no rebel faction. Each faction has its own distinct identity, which is its own banners and heraldry. Kislev there being prominent, Estalia, Tilea, Black Venom, so representing perhaps some goblins in the forest, Bloody Spears, all with their own emblems, like I said, which is always very cool to see. And in particular, it's very important for them to represent that when it comes to Warhammer, because the lore is so rich. And it'll mean a lot. It means you're not just bashing up some random tribe, you're bashing up the Teeth Snatchers, who have been, plotting against your settlements for years or raiding them. So a lot of cool backstory that can come out of this. So I'm glad to see a lot of different factions being shown there. Now I'm going to pop out a select few here just to take a look at them. So on the left, the Empire, Greenskins, Vampire Counts. We know those are going to be the main playable factions. Nordland on the bottom left is going to be showing, of course, some of the factions that will be raiding you, which is an important mechanic coming from the north. Bretonia on the top right, and they did show a couple sub-factions within them. Well, not sub-factions, but other factions around them that isn't the main kingdom of Bretonia. And then Kislev, which is really great to see. I did get to talk to CA a while back, and they did confirm that Kislev was going to be in the game, but that we were not going to see the bear calf. So that, I presume, is going to be some, that's going to have to be fleshed out when it comes to free LC or DLC, but I'm glad to see Kislev is going to be there in the game. I'm really anxious to see what units are going to be represented there. The Ice Queen as well was confirmed not to be in the game. Then you have Estalia there, so Estalia and Tilea. Glad to see those guys again. Also looking forward to seeing what units they bring to bear. At the bottom is going to be the last faction that we saw, the Empire Secessionists. I thought that was super interesting because we haven't heard talk of rebels and what that means. And in this whole roster, we didn't see anything that would seem to indicate that you'd be seeing Vampire Counts Secessionists, Greenskin Secessionists, or Dwarf Secessionists. Only the Empire, seemingly. So that's interesting to see if this is its own mechanic, or if provincial order breaks down far enough, you could have secessionists and provinces break off. So that was cool to see. And then they did have some more announcements. So the Rock Lobber, they showed a video of this. They did mention that a while back that the faction rosters are not finalized and that they are going to be adding the Rock Lobber. This is one of the most obvious additions that they could make, so I'm glad to see that they're confirming this. Now, there are a couple extra units that we are anticipating to see released. CA has not commented on those, but that is going to be the Runesmith for the Dwarves, and hopefully that means that in the future we'll be seeing more for Empire, but so far they have not confirmed that, so just hold tight. But I do have to say the Rock Lava definitely looks really epic, and I look forward to seeing this guy on the battlefield. They also then released another video as well, and this is going to be for the sort of Spider Rider, and I wanted to show this because he looks super badass. Take a look at the armor, the equipment, the attention to detail here is just blowing me away, which is what we see in all facets of Warhammer. So this has got me super excited. I really can't wait to see these models in game. We've seen a little bit of it when it was the Battle of Thundering Falls. We saw a couple of the Spider Riders skittering around, but we haven't seen one up close like this, so I slowed this video down just so we could appreciate this. But always good to see the art assets and see that rise to the top. Look at the details on the weaponry and all that. So very cool to be sure. Obviously this was scripted and rendered in high quality by the graphics team or the video making team. They have their own video making team, so take that with a grain of salt. Also, during the past rally point, they did show a little bit of this late Azag the Slaughter battle that he would be fighting. They laid down a little bit of the backstory here, sort of why he has to go and fight this battle, and it's essentially because the Gork and Mork think that he's relying too much on magic, and they want him to get back down to his roots, which is slaughtering and bashing units. So that's setting the stage for this battle where he really needs to go crack some skulls, and it's going to be taking place with, as like the Slaughter, as I mentioned, he's trying to get special armor, and so where he's going to go, as they're describing here in the video, is going to be to this burial mound of one of the previous greenskin warlords, and it was really cool to see this. So they show you first the concept art and then how that got transformed into the battlefield itself, and this is stuff, iconic stuff in the battlefield that we never saw in previous historical Total Wars. So I really hope that they take this into future titles with really in-depth remakings of the battlefield and a lot of attention to detail, stuff like that. We've only ever really seen customized stuff when it comes to cities. And then they show here a brief preview of what's going to be that battle, where it's going to be the Greenskins against Bretonnia, apparently. So we haven't seen really any Bretonnia units just yet, but they did say by the end of the month we will be seeing some of that. So stay tuned for more. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.